I was listening to some Spike Chester the other day, man.
Oh man, I appreciate it.
I got 2 moguls in the room with me. Okay.
Moguls.
That sound good.
I've been called a lot of things in my life.
Right.
Never been called
Mogul,
a
and they
mogul.
know that.
Yeah, nah, for real. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I just got out of Rolls Royce just a minute ago.
For real?
I was capping because it was a photo shoot, but I was in that bitch. That feel natural.
Look good in there.
Right.
I feel like,
Hey,
I'm
that
supposed to be in
manifestation
there.
real. You know, when you start feeling it means that it's already happening. You
Man,
just haven't made it
that's
to
big
it
facts.
yet.
Talk to him.
Like,
Talk
you
to
feel
him.
me? Like, it's already in the mix. It's
Yeah.
already done, but you
Yeah.
just gotta wait till it comes to you.
Man, it's beautiful.
All right, we already on? We recording?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
All
was-
right.
that was good.
So, everybody welcome Willaye, DJ Willaye, and Spike Chester. If you could, please tell the Solution Starter Show who y'all are. Whoever want to go first, y'all can go first.
All right, I'll go first. Spike Chester, rap artist from Dallas, Texas. Also / entrepreneur
Yes.
/ producer
Yes.
/ engineer / all-around hustler.
There you go. Go by the name of DJ Willaye, Mr. What's the Play. I'm a DJ producer. I make clothes now. As of 20 minutes ago, I'm a model.
Yes,
I
sir.
throw events. And I do whatever I can, you know what I'm saying, to continue expanding my platform. That's all I want to do, is just continue expanding. And so I'm a hustler.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Okay, so let's tell everybody where y'all from. Whoever want to go first, tell me where you from, where your hood at, whatever, because I know both of y'all. I've been knowing
it's on my-
so I know where y'all from, but tell them where y'all from.
It's on my hat. We don't know what's up. What's up? Yeah.
I'm like, that is.
No,
come on.
from New York. Yeah. I'm from West Dallas, Cross Westmoreland, Canada Driving Fury, born and raised, still there. And, yeah.
I'm from Oak Cliff, Redbird Lane and Polk. Yeah, dig it. Yeah, still side. Born and raised, man, and I am still there. Been living in the same house 20 years.
Yes.
21 years. Yeah.
Same here. I
Yeah.
mean, I moved to Houston, but that, feel me?
Yeah.
Oak Cliff forever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Pokey Camp Wisdom forever, you know what I'm saying? Forever. I just want to so the topic today is not using excuses about where you come from to where you're going. I'm so proud of both of y'all, the barriers that both of y'all have climbed over, because you feel me, where we from, you know, we can look around, you feel me, we got Facebook, we see people who we graduated with, who we went to school with, and it's like, dang, like, we could really not be where we are today. So, you know, it's really pressure that we are where we are. You feel me? Y'all slash this, producer this, entrepreneur this. So that's like goals. So I just really want to talk about the environment that y'all grew up in. Like tell me about it. Tell me about the aura, the energy, the mentality that you grew up in. Was it positive? Was it negative? What was the energy about? And you feel me, Willie? You can answer this one, Willaye. I was gonna say, I know him as Willie. Yeah. The world know him as Willaye, but you feel me? You just tell me about the aura, the energy.
Where you come from?
Mm-hmm. Or where you come from? Oak Cliff. Yeah.
Man, Oak Cliff is so beautiful and so ugly at the same time. It's perfect. Like it's the best balance. Like, I don't necessarily live in a super rough part. I live in Glen Oaks, and so it's a lot of old people. But like, you take 2 steps this way, 2 steps that way, you gonna see exactly what it's hitting for. And so, the aura is home. It just feel like home. It's prime real estate. It's literally the best place to be in my eyes. No shade to West Dallas, because I've been in West Dallas. You feel me? Yeah. But man, like, it's just love. It's treachery. And it's beautiful at the same time.
Right.
Like you can't help but love it. Like, you can't help but feel like, man, I ain't going nowhere. Like, this it. Like, what I need anywhere else. Like, anytime I'm anywhere else, all I want to do is go home. And that's it. That's home. And so
that's major.
That's the aura that I get from you know what I'm saying, where I got my roots at, for sure.
I swear, you know, I'm from Pokey Camp Wisdom, Oak Cliff, and I feel the same way. Every time I'm driving, I come back from Houston, I'm driving like, damn, it feel good to be home. I'm like, you just get that feeling like, dang, I'm so glad to be back home, you know. And like he said, like, you know, we got, because I live right across the street from Woodtown. Like, I live on the same street, like Racine, you know, Racine is Woodtown, and then it's the other side, you know. So I grew up with the gunshots, and I grew up with the, you know, the whole nine, you know. But even in spite of all of that, like, you know, the aura still, the energy, because we had such an old soul vibe of a hood. Yes.
Like, you know an Oak Cliff dude when you see one.
Straight up.
What about you, Billy? Spike Chester. I know these people for real, man.
That's all right. You can say the government.
I know these people for real, man.
You know about the government.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I know these people for real, man.
So it's like, I would say like the West, bro, like it's a real melting pot. Like just on my one street, like you may see like a black family, a young black family, an old black family, like Hispanic, like Asian. Like I feel like West Dallas is such a small like section of the city. Like we probably like one of the smallest neighborhoods like in the whole like metroplex type shit, but everybody is so like close knit. Like everybody know everybody. Like my mama, she always used to joke. She'd be like, "You can't get away with nothing not out here because everybody know who your mom is. They know who your daddy is. They know you know what I'm saying." And I grew up in the church, so I had to carry myself like with a certain like level growing up, and just being out there, bro. Like you really see like how people made something out of nothing. Like it's a lot of small business owners in my neighborhood, and they getting pushed out right now. But that's mainly like what I seen grow up. Like a lot of hustlers, like some getting it the right way, some getting it the wrong way. Like my dad, he owned the dry cleaners for most of my childhood. All my uncles, like all my cousins and shit, like they business owners. So it was kind of like already in me. And just like being where I'm from, bro, like you said, it's just like it's no better feeling than like driving around. You don't need a GPS. You don't gotta. Like you ain't gotta think twice, bro. Like you just bending corners. Like that's the best feeling in the world. And it's good to see like people that you grew up with, and like you said, you enjoy those pats on the back from people that seen you from when you was, you know, a small kid, looking up to them. Now it's like they down there looking up to you, so they admiring like how you carrying on their legacy. Like that's a good feeling.
Do y'all ever feel like y'all can imagine y'allself growing up in somewhere like Highland Park or Lake Highland? You know, like a far apart. You know, like. Upscale. Do y'all feel like y'all could ever imagine y'allself growing up somewhere like that?
Not at all.
I can't. I can't. I just don't feel like I would be like the man I am today if it wasn't for like that balance. Like growing up in the inner city, you get a certain balance because like from the outside looking in, it looks like it's all bad.
Yes.
But when you on the inside, like you see that sense of community and that sense of self-worth, along with you seeing the bad stuff. But I feel like you get a certain balance that you don't get anywhere else.
Right.
And I mean, some days I do wish be like, dang, bro, life would be better if I lived like in the house on the hill. But like you said, then you step outside and realize, but like, look at the character of these people. Like, I can't get that anywhere else.
Facts. That's so big. That's so important because, you feel me? That's what I'm trying to get at because on the, like you said, on the outside looking in, it. You feel me? You see on the news, you gonna see us on the news, period. You gonna see where we from on the news. You gonna see West Dallas, something happen. You gonna see a lot of shootings, a lot of killings. People get scared about where we come from and the environments that we grew up in, you feel me? But when you actually from the environment, you know, it's people that we know that went the wrong way. You know, don't get it twisted. It's people that got lost in YG gangs and this and this and that. And ski mask. You feel me? Look, you know what I'm saying? It's people that got lost in that. And they hit that wrong turn. But for those that can see the light, and that for those who did see the light, we have so much appreciation. And that's why, you know, I want to talk about, you know, using excuses about where we come from. Because it was so easy for us to say that. Like, I say that all the time. Like, oh, I didn't have this growing up. Oh, I didn't have this growing up. You feel me? But for whatever reason, I feel like it was innate. It was inside of me. I still became great.
Yeah.
And y'all too. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could have used a whole bunch of excuses. So, like, my next question is, like, do you feel that some excuses are valid?
Nah, I definitely don't. I don't even feel like it's some days when I feel like making an excuse for myself, and I always tell myself this, like, it's people that came from less and did more. Mm-hmm. So that's why, like,
that's everybody's story.
That's
you gotta have that testimony of going from nothing to everything.
Exactly, always. And there's so many examples of, like, I damn near have to smack myself, bro, when I find myself complaining or like trying to say, like, oh, I ain't got this or this, that, and the third, because it's like, bro, like, I people was literally brought here on ships, bro, and they made something out of nothing. And me, like, compared to, like, the life they live, bro, I'm spoiled.
Yeah,
like,
good.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I got it good, so,
they
like,
really do.
I can't even come out my mouth and say, like, and be, you know what I'm saying, have an excuse or anything. And I just feel like you just really, we have a lot of resources at our dispense. Yeah. It's just sometimes you just don't have that information or that person to put that battery in your back. Exactly.
Like, hey, you tripping? Come on.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. That's all it is. It's just misdirected energy. But
you feel me? That's valid.
To piggyback off what he's saying, I can't say that you got any excuses, because everybody out here everybody got 24 hours to make it happen. But in some cases, life is not fair.
Yes.
People deal with a lot of stuff that they have no control over, and they gotta still get it. And so, I'm not gonna say you got an excuse though, because you still got 24 hours, bro. Everything is a choice. You can choose to say, I ain't gonna say nothing about it. I ain't gonna. I'm gonna just be cool about it. I ain't gonna. I don't know if we can cuss or not, but forget that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make that choice to say, ain't nobody gonna help me. I gotta help myself. I gotta go like get informed. Like it's so much information and resources out there for you to just say, I can do that.
Right. Like, do you think that you grew up with that mentality though? Did people instill that mentality into you?
The only person is my mom, to be honest with you. Like, I think my dad's just natural hustler mentality was always in me, but he was the one, just to be honest, I'm gonna get a little deep, that he was the one that just punched it in me, because I remember being like 15 or 16 and like we wasn't really struggling, but our lights had just cut off like the first time, and as a young man trying to live with your single mama and your little sister, you like, you want to be the man of the house, and I was just like, man, Mom won't let me go get a job, she won't let me go do nothing. The only person I know to count on is my dad. So he taking us out some old bullshit.
It's okay.
Yeah, some old. We go to Jack in the Box.
Right.
He with his little girlfriend, and I'm just the whole time I'm just like
pissed.
Yeah, I can't. This ain't cool. Like, I don't want to be just sitting up here eating with you. Like, I'm thinking about some real stuff, and you not helping. And so,
right.
Like, after it was over, I was like, we in the car, and I just addressing it from everybody. I'm like, Pop, like, do you mind just like letting Mom know where the child support stuff can go? Because I know you got a new job, this and that. Like, our lights was just off, and I don't really know like what to do. He ain't say nothing. He ain't say a word. Like, he couldn't even speak. And so, at that very moment, I said, there will never be a time I would have to depend on anybody for anything. Right after that, I started DJing. Right after that, gig after gig after gig. Right after that, whatever I decided to touch and put my energy into, it manifested and it worked, because I worked for it, because I said, never again will I feel like that.
Man.
Never again. And so, ain't no excuse. Life ain't fair. Life is not fair at all. Like, don't, like, if you going through something right now, you listen to this, life ain't fair. Know that. But you still got no excuse.
And that's why I feel like, that's why I say, you know, because I think about people that come from, you feel me, third world countries.
Yeah. Who look kids designing like stuff,
literally
robot, like robots out of like water pressure and stuff. Like, how you
crazy?
How you think of that? You don't even have no excuses.
You feel me?
No
so
excuses.
That's why I'm just telling
like
people
necessity.
That's listening. Yeah. You know, there's this idea of excuses, but we got to change the word, you know, because I feel like you can have circumstances, but that does not mean, you feel me, that it hinders you from achieving. Yeah. Because it's so many people who using literally 2 sticks to make a house. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, like it's kids out here using whatever.
That's what I said. Like we really spoiled in the first world, and I was like, we really just don't know how good we have it. And so like you said, sometimes you just gotta smack yourself, like bro, like
you tripping, bro.
Like you tripping, like look what, like look, like look, like bro, you got an iPhone and a laptop. Like,
to it.
like, bro, all you don't need a laptop, bro. If you got an iPhone,
banned off of iPhone, bro. Really.
Exactly, bro. So I'm like, we really spoiled. And I'm like, bro, if you ain't got no computer, go to the public library. Yeah. If you ain't got no phone, go to the Apple store. You can use their phone. Ooh. Like, it's so many, like I said, so many resources out here. And that's why I feel like I really don't be trying to hear, like, people when they have excuses, like, when they say, bro, how you get to this point? Like, I see how you did that, but my situation's different. And I'm like, bro, like,
your situation's supposed to be different.
Right.
The same way.
Speak on that, bro. Speak on that, because you've been saying that. That's your situation. You say that like that's what your situation's supposed to be. Like
Exactly. Everybody blessing different. And so everybody trials and tribulations to get to that blessing gonna be different. It's up to you. Can't nobody tell you how to. What ATL say when you was a baby, I couldn't walk for you. I couldn't talk for you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go do that for yourself. Like you gotta put yourself on. You gotta say, I want to be great. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to do that. And so, yeah, man, don't be looking at my plate. Worry about what I got.
What's the
right?
How you even?
I mean, unless it's in an inspired way.
Shit, it look good.
I was telling her that earlier. I said, bro, niggas hit me up like I done made it already. I'm like, bro, I said, bro, I'm still in the trenches every day grinding.
I'm still broke.
I'm still broke grinding, bro. Like, that's why I'm like, bro, and that'll be like the first thing that I tell people. I'm like, bro, don't believe the hype. Like the moment I start believing my own hype, I already lost. Like once I start, like people in my ear, like, hey, bro, you.
Yeah, I still don't feel that way.
That's why I'm like, no, I reject. Cool, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
but I'm not finna like believe that, because then once you do that, you like you get off your square, and you're not really just going as hard.
Relax, and you can't.
No.
When you make it, that means go harder.
Exactly.
Facts. I was thinking back because I got like people that I know that's real life struggling. You feel me? Like they don't have education. You know, they ain't get a chance to go to college. Like it's people that's really just out here diamond and nickeling it. You know? Yeah. Because you feel me? I don't know. I must cut out. It's all good though. I'ma talk. But you know, it's people who. It's still going? Yeah. Okay. I can't hear on here, but it's alright. We gonna roll with it. But yeah, so it's people that I know that's nickel and diming it. You feel me? Like it's people that I know that's just trying to get it by any means necessary. Y'all good? Don't worry about it. We good. We chilling. As long as it's recording, I'm straight.
So let me make sure. Yeah, I know that energy to hold on to.
Yeah. Cause you was saying about dang, I forgot. I lost my train of thought.
We were talking about having the intention of doing so.
Yeah, because I was listening to Nip, and Nip was saying because somebody asked him about how he made Victory Lap, you feel me, and how he feel like he perceived it as timeless, and he was saying, you know, it's all about intention, because he was like, the moment you go into making an album or a record or anything with the business mindset, like, oh yeah, this gonna blow, oh yeah, this gonna sell a lot of records, so oh yeah, I'm gonna make a lot of money off of this, he was like, you messed up. Yeah. He was like, that's the moment you know that it's not going to be people, because people can feel that when they listening to music. He was like, because music is everything to people. He was like, and people can feel your intention.
I've been a victim of that.
Yeah.
I ain't going to lie.
Mm-hmm. Like, and he was like, you can feel it.
Stuff.
That's why I can't make a club record, bro.
Yeah.
I can't sit there and produce Sex Talk again, bro. Yeah. Literally, Sex Talk was the miracle of a moment. Me just saying, I got to go hard because she put me on the spot. Like, I'm going to just make you something right quick. Like, on the spot. And then that's what took off. I can't. People like make another beat like Sex Talk. I'm like, bro, I tried. I tried. Like my what feed me, like energy follows purpose.
Yes.
I know my purpose is way left of club, turn up, because that ain't me. People like, why you a DJ, bro? You don't like to go out? No, bro. I get paid to go out and do that. I ain't gonna go do it for free.
But I think Sex Talk worked because your intentions.
My intentions.
Your intentions was pure.
The miracle of the moment, God stepping in and saying,
literally.
You ain't got what they want, but here what they need. You know what I'm saying? You already had this set up. Here you go. Just, you know how Jimmy Neutron have a brain blast?
Yeah. I was gonna say, congrats on the 100K.
Yes, sir. That boy. On his way.
Pop an imaginary champagne bottle for you.
Man, how did that situation happen? How did the record get to her? How did the line? I mean, because I know you probably already knew of her, knew her type of thing, but how did that happen?
Let's see. Last summer, my partner Rahi, the owner of Put Yourself On TV, he threw a showcase called the Put Yourself On Showcase. And I really wasn't even supposed to DJ. I had something else lined up, but it canceled last minute. And I was like, hey, bro, you still need a DJ? Like, he like, nah. I was like, you know what? I'm going to pull up anyway. Like, you ain't got to pay me nothing. I'm going to just pull up because I just feel like DJing, bro. So,
right.
So they had like a bunch of opening acts before, and she was the headliner, and Lil Splurge was the headliner. All the opening acts go. In between them going, I got a DJ, you know what I'm saying, to entertain the crowd. And so by myself, I got it at a solid 9 for sure. Like, it's right. Like, people in there having a good time. Like, yo, I'm feeling myself. Like, I got on an orange shirt. Like, yeah, that's the energy, boy. Like,
right.
And so we go. It's time for her to come on, and I, like, immediately, like, I'm like, she underground considered still, but they going crazy right now.
Right.
Like, she ain't got to say a word if she don't want to. Like, they with it. So I'm like, dang. They gave me a flash drive with 5 songs on it. We was only supposed to perform 3. Crowd wanted all 5, so we went through all 5 perfect. Like, it's like whatever. I'm like, that was live.
This is epic. Yeah. Look, this is an epic out of body moment.
She like, no, we ain't got to that yet.
Okay.
She get to tell them, all right, y'all, I'm about to go. This and that, this and that. They like, we want to hear the freestyle. Play the freestyle. Like, I'm like. Like, hold on. Like, they only gave me 5 songs. Like, what you want me to do? And I knew what song they was talking about, but I didn't have it. And so I was hurting. I'm like, dang. And I ain't gonna lie, she put me on the spot. She was like, dang, y'all, the DJ ain't got my song, this and that. I'm like, I got it on my don't worry about none of that. You just take off rapping, I got you. Just take off rapping, I got you. And at first, she was finna really walk off. Like, she wasn't even, she was like over it.
Yeah.
Right.
The crowd started rapping it. I'm like, all right, I put the mic in my hand. Like, let me do this. I kissed a little cadence. I'm like, all right, bet. I hit the first 808, and everybody just turned around. Like I had it at a 9 by myself. She performed, she had it at a 10. I hit that goddamn 808, bro. about a 20. So I never felt no energy like that before in my life.
Wow.
So it was just like the miracle of a moment, bro. If I ever write me a book like Joe Ham, dog, that's gonna be the title, Miracle of a Moment. Like that it saved my life. Like it literally.
I saw that on social media because somebody was trying to say something about you, and you felt like you had to come on there and correct the story and get the story right.
She did an interview. And it made it to an article. I think it was Rolling Stone or one of them. And I read in it, they was like, her single is Sex Talk is made by her DJ, or it's made by DJ Willaye, because I wasn't her DJ at the time. It's made by DJ Willaye. He made it on the spot when he forgot they flash drive.
Man, where that come from?
If you gonna tell it, you gotta tell the truth.
Right.
I ain't mess up. They messed up. They ain't put all their songs on that. Now, did I have her song? No, I didn't.
Right.
But
I had everything they needed. I ain't have what they wanted. I gave them what they needed.
Right.
Right after that video went viral.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was like, I ain't never heard that version of the freestyle. Where do you get that version? You can't get it nowhere. That's exclusive.
That's an original, okay?
And so like, her mom was her manager at the time. Rest in peace to my mom.
Yes,
I love you dearly.
rest in peace. She hit up Rahi after the show, like, hey, can you get me in contact with a DJ? She got in contact with me. She was like, we really love what you did. We at least want you to be her DJ when she come to Dallas. Do you make beats? I'm like, first and foremost, thank you. I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. I had a blast. I would love to be her DJ when she come to Dallas. And I do make beats, but I made that one on the spot. I had to make it for you. She was like, yeah, that's no problem. So like a week later, I think they was in Atlanta or LA or something. They hit me up. They was like, you got the beat? I'm like, nah, I still ain't made it. She's like, well, you got 30 minutes to make it and send it over. I was busy. I'm talking about like, I had to like straight skate home. Right.
Get on the computer. And, I can't
mind you still had a full time at the time. You was still working.
So like, did you?
It was a weekend, so I had.
Oh,
time.
okay.
Did you remember the beat? Or did you have to like? I
had to look at the
I'm about to say, I
video,
feel like I would pull up the video and be like, okay, I'll put this on here.
Video, make sure I had the same 808 because that's what made it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what made it hit so hard. And the same kick and the same clap. Three sounds, bro. That's it, bro. And so I was like, do I just make it like I did before? I'm gonna just make it like I did before. Like I'm gonna just come over with whatever. And so I laid it down, sent it over. And this some most of it. That's a whole nother story. Because I had my tag on there originally, but the dude who was in the studio, like I guess laying down the track with him, told me to take it off. So I really could have been on, but you know that's a whole nother story. Like that'd make me mad. Right now we trying to be you know
right.
appreciative. Yeah, like after that, they hit me up. They was like, we want you to come to A3C, and that's like South by, but in Atlanta. And so we went. And that's where we really built our chemistry. Her mom was still alive at the time, and so she really took a liking to me. And I just showed that I was professional, showed that I can handle whatever y'all threw in my way. Like let's do it. I made it work, and it worked out. Like that was in October. By the time it came to February, she was just like, she DM'd me out of nowhere, like, Willaye, I want you to be my DJ. And I was like, Megan, I've been waiting. I've been waiting. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, you know what I'm saying? I've been waiting on you. And so she was like, okay. Yay, like this and that, like I'm gonna tell Ferris to hit you up. That's her manager. I'm gonna tell Ferris to hit you up, this and that. We're gonna I think South by was coming up after that. So linked up for South by, so we did A3C, South by, Rolling Loud, BET Awards, and something else. Something else I can't remember. But yeah, that's how it happened.
And then it's so much to come. That's the beautiful thing. God is so good, man.
Superstar.
Yeah.
Like she is blowing, bro. It's just so it's like I know for you it's probably like an out of body experience that you feel me. You came into that soul in the moment, spirit, like you know what I mean. Like, something that was just so spontaneous that it make you feel like it can't be nothing but. Like, first of all, God aligning that, you feel me, and everything. Because, you know, it's not about luck because they say, what is the saying? Opportunity meets
preparation.
Yeah.
That's luck. Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I know the hustling you, bro. He's like, they let me in. He's like, they didn't let me in. We in this hole.
Right.
Well, with the roll out, they gave me a 5-minute set before she came on. And in my set, I played that "Watch Out" remix by Trill Sammy. You know, like on the second verse, it got a saying in there. It said, "Hold up, wait a minute, they didn't let me through the door," and I looped that. Like I made something.
People don't even know, but that was that
was
your real life story, and I just can't help but feel like throughout all of that adversity, you feel me? Nowhere in there did you make an excuse, because some people get scared. You feel me? Everything that you've been waiting for in the moment that you've been waiting for, when it comes.
I don't know nobody else would have really took advantage of it.
I swear.
Folded, like,
you shy away.
Like this and that.
Yeah.
You crabbed in, you know what I mean?
I couldn't have thought of like another person that probably would have like made that be on the spot.
Yeah,
man.
Bro. It was crazy. It was literally a miracle of the moment. God was there.
Man, that's why you're gonna be great, bro. That's why you're gonna be great. And that's why I feel like, you know, but I feel like you learned that from where you came from. You learned that from the people you was around, you grew up around, you feel me? Yeah. You know, the mentality, the aura.
Energy found purpose. Like it was on purpose that I decided, hey, let me go DJ that. Let me go rock out up right quick. I feel like DJing. Man. I never feel like DJing for real. Not for free. I didn't even want no bread. I was just like, yeah, bro, I'll pull up, bro. I got you, bro. For real. I told you I was gonna be there first. Now that counts. I'm there.
I definitely, bro. That's why I be in this whole like 24/7.
Yeah, because you never know when it's going.
I said, bro, I'm like, dog, because I just feel like we bubbling so hard right now, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like in late November, like I'm playing like one of the biggest shows like that I ever played before. It's at well, I can't say like what show it is, but it's like one of the biggest shows I ever played, and I'm like, I'm like, bro, like this, it's crazy. Like when you were speaking about manifestation, like. It was crazy. I can remember, like, when I came home from school in 2017, that's when I started taking rap serious. Mm-hmm. And I told my parents, I was like, you know what, like, I'm not really feeling school. It's not really working out for me. Mm. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, music has always been consistent. From the time I've been, like, a kid, like, I was always in band, and this, that, and the third. I always
TMC Cypher.
Right.
Yeah, exact TMC Cypher, bro. Like, it's always been, music has been consistent. So I'm like, all right, bro, let me just let me just try this. I always like jumped in, jumped out. I was like, let me try it full force. And that was like 17, 18, 19. That was like 2.5 years ago. And like the progress that I made, like from the time I came home and I dropped my first EP, like to now, like to the success of like Love Free and like the new stuff that we finna drop, which is like even crazier, bro. Like when I dropped that, and it was crazy. It happened today. Like the show I had dropped, like the preview you were talking about earlier. I dropped that. As soon as I dropped it, bro, like this dude, he was like, bro, like you've been on our radar, like we want to put you on this show, like in November.
That's hard.
Yeah,
That's hard.
I was like, yeah, bro, like. So I'm like, yeah, bro, it's definitely like, I can see, you know, stuff that doesn't seem so far fetched now. I can remember a time when I was like, dang, bro, like this is so out of my reach, but I'm gonna keep pressing on. I'm gonna keep, like you said, no excuses. I'm gonna keep pressing on, and now it's like that we to this point. It's like you said, like I got a new set of goals that I'm trying to accomplish now because I done hit all the ones that.
Do you feel like you're proud of yourself though?
I feel like that's a good question.
Yeah.
Look,
I love asking this. I wrote this down for y'all. I want to know.
I don't think I'll ever be like proud of myself because I know like there's always more. Yeah. I always know that there's more. Like even if I became, you know, even when I become like a successful rapper, like I still wouldn't be satisfied. Like not from a greedy standpoint. It's just I know that there's more. Like there's more out there for me, and I know like my purpose is bigger than music.
I mean, it's just a platform.
It's just a platform. Like you said, like as soon as they crack that door open, I'm busting through it.
Facts.
We doing we doing everything. So I think like I can say some moments I take it in where I'm just really proud because like even like when we signed like the lease for this space. Like
a big moment.
Yes,
yeah, exactly.
I was just finna get to this. I want to get to y'all entrepreneurship too.
We coming up on a year right now. Like next week will be like our first year like in this. So like I had to think like, damn, bro, it's been a year already. Like that year flew by.
Wow.
And I compared like my last year to this year,
No BS.
and it's like 180. Like I'm like, bro,
Difference a year, man.
A year, bro. Like just
even 6 months. I look at how I graduated, you feel me? And in the amount of 6-7 months, I was engaged. I had a job. I was here. I was this. I was all these things. And I'm like, dang, in the amount of, you feel me, 6 months, my life was completely
on the right track.
Different, but it was so good and it was so amazing. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, like, for y'all, like, you know, and people that's trying to, you know, get to a different level and get to, you know, entrepreneurship or just breaking down something. Maybe they got to fight a generational curse to even, you know, get to where they trying to go. You know, it's so much stuff. You know what I'm saying? And especially like entrepreneurship, that's everybody's goal right now. But you feel me? It's so hard to take that first leap. What made you say, okay, I want to sign this here and I want to take from renting out, booking somebody else's studio to actually booking, getting my own and booking other people to come here and use my stuff?
Bro, it really just came out of necessity. And I feel it was just necessity. Like, it was really like this. Like, bro, like I literally was like, bro, I was broke. I was like, bro, like I don't have money for studio time. I don't have money like for videos. I don't have money for photography. But I had all these resources. Like I knew a lot of people, but it's just like, all right, bro, how can we connect the dots for all of us? And so, bro, like literally, I probably got like, where was I working at the time? I don't even know if I was working. I don't know. I honestly don't know where I got the money from, to be honest. I don't remember. But she was like, you know, you gotta pay first and last. So we needed a band to get the space. And it was me and DJ Scheme. And he put up 5, I put up 5. We was like, let's do it, bro. Literally, we had that idea, and a week later, we was searching for places. And I was like, bro, let's do it here. Like, this is the perfect spot. Like, my neighborhood, 5 minutes away. Like, he was in Denton at the time, which is like 20 minutes up the road. So this was like the prime spot. Right. And he was like, all right, bro, like, let's do it. And probably like, bro, it's crazy. Like, when I first got in here, I was making beats off of Beats Pill. Like, we ain't had no equipment. Yeah. We didn't have, bro. We had we had a table, bro. We had a Beats Pill, and I had my laptop, bro. that still had my schoolwork and all that stuff on it. I'm like, all right, let's go ahead. So we started inviting people here. Like Willaye was one of the first people to come through. Like it was definitely like we made like huge leaps, and we still growing. Like we still like working out the kinks and everything. Like trying to see how everything works. Like sometimes like we be getting ahead of ourselves. Cause like you said, like that social media, like it be hyping you up.
Yeah.
So people be like, hey bro, I need to. I'm like, bro, it's only like 4 of us working like in here. Like we gotta have like different hats, like everything. But like you said, like it's just been a blessing, bro. I'd rather have an overflowing of blessings than not enough. Like,
man, because you feel me, we pray for this stuff and we ask for this stuff, and then that's why we can't complain when we start getting this stuff, and we can't get overwhelmed. Yeah, because you feel like sometimes, like even now, like that me and my fiance have gotten like this business up, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. Sometimes I just be like, babe, like I just want to pause for a second. He like, ain't no pausing, bro. You can't pause. You can't pause. And I know for you, it like you fresh off. My boy done quit the job. And I saw your girl throw that that job. Little party for you. And I just want to know, like, what was the energy behind, you feel me? Because it's some people that's waiting, that's trying to
get to that point. Yeah, man,
inspire us all.
right, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like,
number one rule is save your money. Like don't be stupid like about it. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I'm sure like it was a process for you. Like it was a process for me. Like I ain't just hop into it, but you know what I'm saying. Like when you working, like you gotta remember, like I always say, like your first investor gonna be your 9 to 5.
Exactly.
Always. So the money that you get from that,
that's what your
keep that, save that. You know what I'm saying? Once you get enough, then you hit that.
Yeah, but you gotta put in them hours. Like I just feel like with mine, it was like not that I didn't have a choice, but it was like you don't like it. You know what you do like, and you know you got the opportunity. What you waiting on? You know what I'm saying? Like, how many signs do you need? And so I think one of the signs that I asked God about was, let me sell these shirts. Like, and I think, to be honest, like I didn't always try to sell something. I done sold shirts before. Mm-hmm. I ain't sell one goddamn shirt. I done tried to throw parties before. Lose, like bad, like bad, and I thought about it. I was like, God, why is it so different now? Like, what is it about? Like, and when it really just came to me right now, because I was thinking of like really like all I've just like accomplished in this short amount of time. I was ready for it. I was ready for that success. Yes. Like back then, doing so much, still being in school, still doing this, still doing that. I wasn't ready to completely walk in the light of Willaye. Like, I get to wake up every morning to be Willaye instead of being Willie Arnold. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love both sides of myself, but and both of them have helped me reach this point, but I want to be Willaye every day. And I wasn't ready to be Willaye because I was still in school, still working, still making sure other stuff was pumping, but it's like, you're not going to receive that blessing as what you really want to do till you're ready to like be fully immersed in it, fully wake up every day and walk in that light. And so
for people that's trying to,
take the leap,
take it, but also understand that you can't take the leap until you check what's on the inside to say.
Yeah, you gotta get right. You
gotta get right in here. You gotta, even if you don't feel like your circumstances on the outside, cause stuff ain't gonna never line up correctly.
Know that it ain't gonna be you who making that happen for you.
Literally.
It's not you, it's God.
I swear.
Know that, understand that.
It's got to be, bro. And when I think about and I look at you and I look at you and I'm like, I just see how stuff just not falling into your lap. But you feel me, everything lining up, because the thing is that I think also will help you take that leap from, you wasn't making no little bitty money, okay? Like, you feel me? You wasn't making no little nickel and dimes, you feel me? So you left a little check, you feel me? So, and I think the other part of it was that you knew your work ethic.
Yeah.
So for everybody that's trying to hop into a new season, you got to understand that it's going to take a certain level of work ethic. It's going to take a certain level of dedication. Overly dedicated studio. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to take a certain level of dedication and work ethic and mindset that's going to propel you.
Yeah, you gotta have them tools already ready.
I always say
Time
like,
management, all that.
even because like I always had a job like from the time I was 16. Like my 16th birthday, I was at a job interview. I was like filling applications as soon as I turned 16, and I felt like that always prepared me to like run my own business as well. Cause you really get to see like you can talk to the manager there. You really, it's kind of like infiltration almost.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, all right, y'all really think I'm here like just to work, but I'm really like trying to see how y'all operate. And, like,
Right.
What's y'all mind?
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, all right, so like what's payroll? What's scheduling? Like what's all this stuff? And then like once I gather up all my information, I'm like, all right, bet I'm gonna go do my own thing.
Facts.
Cause I feel like it's only two options. Either like you can build your own vision or you can help somebody build theirs. But everything we do is started from entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like if you go work a conventional job, that was started by an entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
If you go run your own business, you're the entrepreneurship. So it all goes hand in hand. I just feel like when you work for yourself, it's nothing like ownership, and it's nothing like, you know, you can call the shots when you want to.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that was my biggest thing, like working a conventional job. It's just like I can say I'm a bit of a control freak, and it's just like I just never felt like I had true, honest control. Like even as an artist, like that's one of my reasons why, like I be holding out, like if I would ever sound like a record did, because I love like control of my life and my art, and I just
handle your business like you, bro.
Man.
yeah, bro. So,
But yeah, I wanna ask y'all. This is like my last two questions, and I just really want to know how y'all feeling. When the work starts to feel like a waste of time, what you tell yourself? Willaye, you want to go first?
What work?
When the work that you're doing, when the work that you're putting in, when the work that you're doing to achieve whatever you're trying to achieve starts to feel like, man, this is a waste of time. It ain't working, ain't cutting it. What were you telling yourself, or what do you still tell yourself?
That's kind of a hard question, because even when I'm getting stuff wrong, I love it. I love getting stuff wrong. Like, I hate it, but I love it at the same time, because it's like, one thing about me, like, I'm not even, like, people like, Willaye, you so smart. Bro, I'm not smart. I just refuse to be dumb. And so, like, for me to get something wrong, I'm winning. Because I'm finna get better.
it'll never happen again.
It'll never happen. Never.
I'm writing this down. I'm penciling it.
I ain't gotta write this up there.
I can only be wrong once,
I
bro.
can only be wrong about it once, bro. And so, like, ain't nothing a waste of time to me, because I'm just getting better. Like, either it worked or I go back to the drawing board till it worked. Like, you literally, when you take that leap of faith, you got no choice but to make it work. When you take that leap of faith, you got no choice but to say, I got it. It's gonna work. Like, it gotta work. There's no other option.
Right.
Plan A is the way. Like, all day, every day. You gotta
The
walk
energy.
in there. So, like, there's been moments where I'm like, dang, I'm not getting better, or like I'm hitting a roadblock where I'm not as creative as I once was like a week ago or so ago. And when I experienced that, I think it's highly important to reset your mind, your spirit, your body, everything. And that's stretching in the morning, that's meditating if you can. Like, that's really just taking out the time to say, let me clear my thoughts. Your mind is so powerful. You can like be looking at something, can't figure it out, it's kind of hard, you walk away from it. Your brain's still working on that in the background.
Right.
Somehow or another, it's still like getting it, thinking about it. Without you constantly thinking about it, your brain is. So as soon as you come back to it, you're like, damn, I can do that. And sure enough, something so simple that you wasn't thinking about, but your brain is so powerful that it does that for you, it'll work. And so, like, you're only gonna get that if your environment is stress-free, and you just take the time out to reset.
Yes.
Take the time out to get rest. Like, people's like, well, how you go do engineering, DJ your behind off, you be in UNT, you be in S, you be everywhere DJing, and I said, bro, I take naps. I go to sleep. I don't
Man, my fiance is an avid nap taker, boy. That boy don't play about them naps. He said that is the key to a successful.
Cause you're a smart man. You know what's up.
Naps.
You got to, bro. Go to sleep. You wanna go. I ain't saying it's bad to dip and dab in any habit that you have, but the best habit you can have is just, I'm finna go to sleep.
Yeah.
I gotta relax. Like, I gotta literally like go to that higher being. Like, that's your highest point when you're asleep.
That's when you're gonna get the most out of whatever.
That's when your brain works the most, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
So go to sleep, bro. Go take a nap. I promise you're gonna be right. You're gonna wake up.
I love that. Take you a nap. Okay?
I know good.
Take you a nap.
Go to bed.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. The deepest sleep you're gonna get is when you first fall asleep. So even if it's 5 minutes, you just reset.
Yes. You hit that REM sleep. Good. Get you 5-10 minutes of that REM sleep.
That's it, bro.
Get that middle of the class sleep.
On me. That's like, dang,
we be on the day.
we still in on an hour. They feel like we sleep the whole time.
Really, I got a question for you. It's gonna be different than that because I want us to wrap up. Because I think this has been such a great conversation. I think so many people gonna be helped by this, and I just want to ask you, man, what are you really striving? Are you really striving for success, or are you striving for self-preservation? What are you striving for? What are you really striving for?
That's a good question.
I'm striving for, to be honest, I'm striving for ownership. Like, because I feel like our people, we come from like, I always say this quote all the time, black people, we spend the most money in this country, but we own the least.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's just not how it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, it's just my goal, like, I just want to own as much as I can and just spread it out to my people.
There you go.
Or put them in position to do the same thing I did. That's really the main thing, what it is. It's kind of like I'm cracking the locks, I'm breaking down the doors, and once I'm in there, like...
Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Come on.
Exactly.
Because them same people gonna make you so rich, though. Because you giving them the game.
Exactly.
And they got skills,
That's
too.
what-
That you don't have.
Exactly. Exactly. So I feel like success is cool, like, but I feel like if I can give somebody information and they can take it further than I can take it, because I'm not Superman. I can't do everything.
Right.
Yeah.
So if I can take it to an 80 and I can pass the baton off and that person can do the other 20% and we got 100, like, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Right.
Like, so I feel like just for me to do my part in us, like, having a real stake, like, in this world and in this society, that's why Jay-Z is the GOAT. Because he's literally, he's going after everything that we've been denied.
I wish people would literally, like, listen. You know what I'm saying? Like, take the time out and just listen. Like,
and actually think less surface.
Yeah, just think for yourself for once. Like, don't just go because somebody else said, oh, he do. Can you listen to somebody for once? That's people's problem.
Yeah.
People not listening to understand. Like, listening to add value to a situation. Like, that's how you get further in life by saying, I'm not listening just to respond. You might well, I don't need to talk to you if you just go listen just to respond to me. You need to listen to understand me.
I do that a lot. Like, I'll listen and be like, bro, why you not saying nothing? I'm listening, bro.
I'm processing this information so I can, whatever my rebuttal is or whatever my response is, adds value to this conversation, adds value to this relationship. That's what people need to focus on.
That's how you unforgettable.
That's how you leave that mark on people like, dang, they get it. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't too many people that I just experienced that just got it, so I rock with who I rock with. I don't rock with too many people like, dang, we don't see you. I be working, bro. Working, bro. You know me, bro. Can't stop, bro. I ain't got time to talk to everybody, because everybody don't get it.
And I feel like that's the thing, bro. That's what's going to separate the greats and the people that, you feel me, it's nothing wrong with being average, because it's going to be a lot of average people in this world, but for those people who want to be great, which is who I'm talking to, those people who want to take the next step, those people who come from situations, you heard today, like, there are people who, you know, they didn't talk about everything they've been through. They didn't talk about every struggle that they've been through, but I can bet you $100, whoever want to give to me, that they've been through something and they've been through odds and they've been through whatever, but they still, as you can see, have become great and will become even greater. Like, I call them moguls when they sit down, you feel me? Because that's where y'all headed to. I'm so proud of y'all. I'm so grateful for y'all coming.
Oh.
I think that y'all dropped so many gems. I think so many people going to be inspired through this. And No, you know, I'm just saying, y'all gonna be able to drop this on y'all page, and people gonna get to see an insight to who you are, because I think y'all show so much of you that people don't get to see. Yeah. So I'm so glad that y'all came on here. I'm appreciative.
Hey, I'm honored.
Yeah, I'm honored too.
Yes.
When you think about when we talking about manifestation, it's just like when you start making them steps and you start seeing stuff happen. I was like, dang, this stuff is right on time. Like everything, like my whole day has just been walking in the light of Willaye, and I'm like, bro, I won't cry about it. You know what I'm saying? I wanna go scream to the heavens, like, just thank you, Lord, for bringing me here. Like,
I swear,
it's beautiful.
It's so awesome. All right, thank y'all so much. That's the end of the show.
Yeah, no doubt.